Heartbreak for Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever following Christie side's major snub in WNBA honors. The Minnesota Lynx and Cheryl Reeve had already set the tone for the season, and no one believed that Christie sides could be in the conversations for the Coach of the Year looking at the starting for the Indiana Fever. However, things rapidly took a turn as the second-year coach for the team pushed them to the playoffs. As the WNBA now rolls out awards, Caitlin Clark has won the Rookie of the Year unanimously. However, her coach will not be able to join her for the honors. In fact, she has been majorly snubbed per recent numbers. While it was expected that the Minnesota Lynx's Cheryl Reeve would win the title for most unanimously, stats show that she received 62 out of 67 votes. Meanwhile, Sandy Brondello received 4 votes and sides received just 1. A brutal blow to the team indeed. Following the same, some fans have been calling out for the Fever management to replace the head coach already. August was a special month when Sides was named the Coach of the Month for leading the Fever to a 5-1 record. Their offense had also been the highest rated among all teams in August at 110.7. It was a first for the franchise, although granted the award had been introduced in 2017. Nevertheless, while Sides has made history for the team, not everyone is happy with her progress. Sides had looked out of her depth when the season began, as the Fever went 2-8 during their first 10 games. But slowly, the defense built up and the rotations made sense. Nevertheless, this season wasn't enough for her to qualify as Coach of the Year. She will likely stay the next year and hopefully make something better of the two roadies the Fever boasts, Caitlin Clark in 2024 and Aaliyah Boston in 2023. Christie sides might have to deal with a Fever team sans Kelsey Mitchell and maybe even Nalissa Smith. Through this season, Fever veteran Kelsey Mitchell is an unrestricted free agent. She has not yet re-signed her contract with Indiana, citing family reasons for her delayed decision. After suddenly losing her father in March this year, 2024 has been hard on Mitchell, although she has returned to excellent play as usual. But her future is so far uncertain. With Nalissa Smith, her reduced role on the team had been clear throughout the season. But 2 days ago, she took to Instagram to post a lengthy caption thanking fans, friends, and family for their support. But part of that caption read, "I've never questioned my basketball abilities in my life because I know I'm good enough and I know I belong." While nothing has been made clear, Christie sides did comment on Smith's abilities. Per Indy Star's Chloe Peterson, "She had great moments for us throughout the year. She is one of the key pieces that we were able to have such a successful year." Moreover, the Baylor alum has also clarified how that post was not a goodbye but a reflection of the year in her exit interview. If Smith somehow chooses to change paths and go elsewhere after her contract is up, it will be a big blow to the Fever's current roster. Especially if Kelsey Mitchell decides to switch teams as well or make different decisions regarding basketball entirely. Christie sides has her work cut out for her with this young team, but fans wait with bated breath to see what the next season brings. As for Cheryl Reeve, she did deserve all the flowers for the tough team. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever were eliminated from the 2024 WNBA postseason with a first-round series sweep at the hands of the Connecticut Sun. Despite some stellar play from the rookie sensation, the Fever were unable to get over the first-round hump. Indiana lost Game 1 with a 69-93 final score, and followed that up with an 81-87 final score in Game 2. Clark's arrival in the WNBA came with unprecedented fanfare. Seemingly every time the #1 overall pick took the court, she set a new TV viewership or attendance record. Game 2 of the Fever's first-round playoff series delivered an average of 2.54 million TV viewers. No playoff game has cracked 1 million average viewers since Indiana's elimination from the postseason. A since deleted post, one ex-user claimed the WNBA doesn't need Clark's presence because of all the other star power the league has to offer. In doing so, the ex-user listed off several WNBA superstars. One incorrect name, Brianna Ionescu, killed any credibility. Caitlin Clark got sent home and viewership has not dropped at all. "The WNBA is not hurting for stars," the user wrote. Aya Wilson, Deanna Bonner, Brianna Stewart, Kelsey Plum, Brianna Ionescu, Dijoni Carrington, Alyssa Thomas, Marina Mabry, Mafosa Collier, Kyla McBidede. The media lied to Yell. Pacers players Tyrese Halliburton, Miles Turner plus coach Rick Carlisle discuss Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark season. September 22, 2024. Uncasville, Connecticut, USA. Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark, 22, looks at the video board in the fourth quarter against Connecticut Sun during Game 1 of the first round of the 2024 WNBA playoffs at Mohegan Sun Arena. Mandatory credit, Mark Smith. Amon Images. Mark Smith. Imogen Images. Indianapolis. The Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark are the talk of the town in Indianapolis, and that extends to the NBA team they share an area with. The Indiana Pacers also call Gainbridge Fieldhouse home. Both teams showed tremendous growth in 2024. The Pacers reached the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in a decade, while the Fever earned a postseason spot somewhere they haven't been since 2016. Basketball is ascending in the Circle City. Both groups support each other. Many Fever players attended Pacers playoff games in the spring, and several Pacers players were courtside for Fever action in the fall. Clark was on her Rookie of the Year run with the likes of Tyrese Halliburton, Obi Toppin, Aaron Nesmith, Rick Carlisle, and Miles Turner watching. Last week, Clark and the Fever were eliminated from the playoffs. They fell 0-2 to the Connecticut Sun, and Game 2 came down to the wire. Their season ended earlier than they hoped. Now it's time for the Pacers to take center stage. With the Blue and Gold holding Media Day on Monday, some members of the team shared their thoughts on the Fever's season and success. What the Fever did this year, that was incredible. As someone who's been going to Fever games for the past 10 years now, just the environment that was in there, the new life that was in there was incredible, Turner said. And something that's only going to grow. For a team that wasn't even in contention for the playoffs to come through and get to that first round and have that experience with three younger players was fun to watch. Halliburton went to roughly half of the Fever's home games this season. He's seen Clark and company up close often. I went to a ton because I just love hoop. To see the explosion of women's basketball for a big piece of that was really cool to see. I went to as many games as I could, Halliburton shared. He noted that through Connor McCaffrey, a former Pacers assistant who is now at Butler and dates Clark, he grew closer to the Fever's star. They have a group text together. It's been really cool to see her growth this last year and the Fever as a whole. It's unfortunate that they lost, but they're a young group. They'll be back.